Alright boys, I'm not gonna lie man, I can't fix this account. I can't fix this account. Why? Okay, here's a glimpse into what we are dealing with in this account takeover, the account of Mr. Pepcho that we are taking over today. We got 3 artifacts in the entire account. We got 3 artifacts and 2 accessories on the entire account to work with. I cannot rebuild any of these champions. We have 2 million silver. We have 3 gems. Okay. We have 3 gems. The gem mine isn't upgraded. And so real quick, I'm just going to give you guys a diagnosis of the account so far and just point out all of the things that Pepcho has done that are just a little bit mental that you should try and avoid doing on your own account. Then I'm going to give my brutally honest advice on what I would do if this was my account inside of Raid Shadow Legends. And then just in case Pepcho doesn't want to take that advice, I'm going to give a whole bunch of advice that you can use to save this account. This account is not beyond repair. It's going to take a whole bunch of workmen to really get it back on track. And so I will cover all of that stuff as well. But I'm going to get to the brutally honest advice first because I got to get it out of my system. Before we get to that and so much more, if you are looking to start off a new Raid Shadow Legends account, man, get a clean slate inside of Raid Shadow Legends, which I swear isn't foreshadowing whatever, man. We'll just leave it there. Use the beginner promo link down below this video at the top of the description box and use that link to create your new account. Use laptop or PC to use that link. It won't work on mobile devices. And if you use that link to create your new raid account, man, you're going to get Basilios Horanis as your starter legendary, 3 free epic champions. You can get to Hanorrak as a day 1 void legendary champion using beginner promo code Desert Queen on that new account. And as long as you create that new account before October 30th rolls around, you can also get Michelangelo as the free login reward legendary champion, limited time only, man. Okay, issues with this account. I actually, okay, skill books and the champions that we've built up. Let's just look at the champion roster first. Let's begin there. Don't mind the skill books going into Alice. I would prefer that we saw the books going into Michelangelo, just because Alice does quite well because of her passive and stuff as a damage dealer, even without legendary skill tomes. But it's fine. We probably got Michelangelo like a week ago or something on this account, on Pepcho's account, and so we've had Alice for a while. I'd imagine as one of our starter legendaries using promo code GetAlice. You can use that on a new account as well to get Alice completely for free. We put the books into Alice. It's okay. It's okay. It's all right. And by the way, just to clarify, I would actually finish booking up Alice now. Now that she's like halfway booked, I would actually consider it correct now to finish booking up the Alice before then starting to throw books into the Michelangelo, because the Alice needs those cooldown reductions on her skills. We're like, what, a third of the way there in terms of skill books on the Alice at this point. We might as well finish the job and get these all-important cooldown reductions on our champs. You want to make sure that when you are booking up a champion, you don't do this, okay? Morag has got a whole bunch of epic skill books right here. She's nearly fully booked up. But we also put a couple books as well into the Jamasa. Don't be splitting your skill books. Finish booking up the champion that you are currently working on before moving on to the next champ, because you need those cooldown reductions on their skills, and you also need the extra buffer / debuff chance that's going on, for example, on Alice's A2 right here. Especially if you can get that skill to a 100% land rate, it's a big, big deal. So that's the first thing, man. Finish booking up the champs that you're working on. In terms of champions that we've actually built on up, it's looking pretty good, the roster, honestly. I like the Morag. Don't even mind the War Maiden that much. Then again, the Michelangelo's also going to be bringing an AoE decreased defense, debuff spread effect and stuff like that. So might be a bit of overlap there, and the War Maiden's days might already be numbered, which is a bit sad, but she's still a very good champion to max. Kale is leveled on up, lovely. I'd love to see the Haikatoon go up to level 60 as quick as possible. And by the way, I would book up the Haikatoon next, immediately after the Morag. Forget the Jamasa. Okay, we can do without a reviver for a little while on this account. Having a good, strong, increased speed buffer champion that's fully booked up on this account, or at least having the A2 booked so that it's a 3-turn cooldown, right? This increased speed buff becomes a 3-turn cooldown. That's too big of a deal to ignore, and with the account state that this account is in right now, Haikatoon is basically going to be the aura lead on every single team on the account. Next, moving on, the champion roster itself, while I do like most of the champions that we've built up on the account so far, I noticed that we don't really have a lot to build up after the fact as well. I'd say that maybe Nalhorn, in fact definitely Nalhorn, we should take all the way up to level 60. Beyond that, you can maybe take Spirit Host up to level 50 and use her as like a level 50 debuff cleanser champion for a while on the account. But besides that, we're very, very much lacking good champions that are actually worth building on the account. I guess we should keep a copy of Renegade as well. You never know when she's sort of going to come in clutch. This is a little bit concerning on this account because we don't have any champions sitting around in the vaults, like in the reserve vaults and stuff like that. And the shard situation is bleak. It looks, we just pulled everything. We pulled everything as soon as we've got it on this account, would be my diagnosis. And based on the quality of the champion roster that we've got, I'd imagine that the pulls went pretty bad because we probably weren't pulling these shards during a 2x event on these shards, which is very, very sad. As a general rule when it comes to the shard resource, especially in the early game, dude, I just wouldn't, okay, you know what, man? You know what? Okay, I'm just going to say it. Only ever pull your shards during a 2x event on your account. But to be honest, on a brand new raid account, you can start off your new raid account with 3 legendaries and 3 awesome epic champions using the beginner promo link in the description box. You don't need to pull any shards for like the first 2 or 3 months of your account if you start off your account using a promo link and a beginner code and stuff like that. And so that ship sailed on Pepjo's account. Not the end of the world, but it does sting a bit, as now we don't really have that many champions worth building on the account for quite a while. Next up, the gear situation. I'm not going to harp too long on this because, again, I can't fix anything. When it comes to gear on an early game account, you should only ever be keeping 4-star quality artifacts. I would never go ahead and roll up a 3-star quality artifact up to rank 16. What's kind of funny is I would actually make an exception for 3-star boots with speed as the main stat on this account because we are so starved of options. Like, there is just no other options. These boots are only 3 stars, but they're like one of the best items on the account, you know. As a good general rule for early beginner accounts like this, any 4-star higher or quality boots on your account that have speed as the main stat, keep them and get all of your champions in speed boots. I don't care if the set makes sense on that champion, if it's like offense boots or something, or like life artifact boots on your War Maiden. I don't give a damn. Get your champions moving faster. Speed is the best stat in the game, and boots are the only item type in the game that can roll into speed as the main stat. Oh dear lord, we've got flat attack boots on the War Maiden. In general, you want to avoid flat stats wherever you can. Speed is the main stats on your boots, okay? Your chest plate and your gloves, as well as boots, but we're mostly focusing on chest plate and gloves here. Chestplate and gloves can also roll into percentage stats as their main stats, right? Gloves can go into crit rate and crit damage, but they can also go into attack percent, defense percent, HP percent, and chest can go into attack, defense, or HP percent. Those are the main stats that you're looking for in general, on your gloves and on your chest. If your account's 1 month old, you don't really care that much, right? Having like a flat attack chestplate or something on like your kill, as long as it gives like some crit rate and stuff like that, okay, you can get away with it. You know, it can be pretty okay in the mega early game, but like 2 or 3 months in, you should already be filtering out flat stats, really, on your account, particularly on your level 60 gems, and be looking for percentage-based stats. Of course, weapon, helmet, and shield, they always roll into the same main stat, right? Shields are always defense, weapons are always attack, so on and so forth. But even on these pieces, you're generally looking for speed substats, like we got on the lifesteal helmet right here on the kill, and you're looking for things like crit rate to get your nukers up to 100% crit chance, that kind of thing, you know? I'm not going to deep dive on the gear situation here because frankly I've got a bunch of guides up on the channel talking about how to gear every type of champion inside of raid without equipping the wrong stats on these champions, because Morag is a defense based damage dealer, as you can see right here. Also, if you check on your champion skills, it will say right here damage based on defense. This might be damage based on attack, damage based on defense, damage based on HP. It depends on the champion type that you're working with, and so having an attack percentage chestplate on your Morag does absolutely nothing. This chestplate actually has no main stat, effectively, on this Morag. The attack is doing nothing to increase the Morag's damage or affect her survivability in any way, and so, yeah. Check in the description box down below this video, man. I will have linked the guide on how to build every single champion type inside of Raid. Watch that guide and pay close attention to that guide if you're a new player inside of Raid and you're looking for pointers on how to build your champions. General rules for collecting gear on your early game account are gonna be 4-star gear or higher only. That'll very, very quickly become 5-star quality gear or higher only. You're looking for speed as the main stat on boots, a percentage stat on your chest plates, right? And then on your gloves, you can go crit rate or crit damage on your damage dealers, and then HP percent or defense percent on your support type champions, and always remember speed is the best stat in the bloody game. Oh god, also accuracy. Okay, I lied. There's another pointer. There's another pointer, man. You need accuracy to land any effect on a champion that is not damage, right? Anything you do to an enemy, like place a decreased defense debuff, or decrease enemy turn meter, or steal enemy buffs, or anything like that, right? Anything you do to an enemy that's not damage requires accuracy to land. How much accuracy do you need on your champs? Well, more than what the Kale has got, right? The Kale lands poisons. You need accuracy for that. The Kale's sitting on 50 accuracy down here. Accuracy is, you can get away with having like virtually no accuracy in the mega early game when you're clearing like stage 7 of dungeons or like easy mode clan boss and stuff like that. That's fine, but as a good general rule, for every dungeon stage that you are clearing, you need 10 accuracy, right? If you're clearing stage 13 of Dragon, you should be looking for about 120 to 130 accuracy on your champions to reliably land debuffs in the stage of that dungeon. If you're clearing stage 20 Dragon, you're going to need 200 accuracy, right? 10 accuracy for every stage of every dungeon that you're clearing. That's a good ballpark figure to work with when you're just getting started. Next up, man, the resource usage situation on the account. We've got 3 gems. That's incredible. My eyes almost popped out of my head when I saw we only had 3 gems on the account, and I just assumed immediately that something crazy as hell is going on with Pepcho's account that we had to check out. Lo and behold, the gem mine is not active. All of your gems on a new raid account should go directly into leveling up the gem mine and ranking this gem mine up 3 times. It's 15 free gems every single day for the rest of the lifespan of your account. It's infinite value, and you will regret not maxing up your gem mine as soon as possible if you don't get this done as quickly as possible. After you've spent your gems ranking up your gem mine, the gems then have to go into unlocking slots in your Guardian Ring. Okay, this can come a little bit later on, to be fair. It's fine to spend gems to unlock the masteries and the mastery scrolls on one of your champions. I haven't actually checked this. I haven't looked at this just yet. I suspect that we spent all of our gems just buying masteries on champions. So I'm seeing that we've bought the masteries for the Alice. That's fine. Okay, what's the mastery build here? We actually went into the crit damage on the Alice. That's interesting. I don't mind this mastery build too much. I'm not going to mess on with it. It's fine. It's actually fine, to be fair. Have we bought masteries for the Morag? Thank Christ. Okay, that's good stuff. What about the War Maiden? Also good stuff. The Kale? Also good stuff. Where, then? Now, the question now becomes, what have we been spending our gems on? Genuinely, because we haven't spent them on the gem mine, we haven't spent them on the Guardian Ring. We've only spent 800 gems on unlocking the masteries for one champion. We've also got a crap load of gems farmed up already, by the way, from blasting Arbiter missions. Like, this Arbiter mission progress is very, very impressive, but it's also worrying, because this leads me to believe, have we just been blasting mountains of gems into the shop and into energy refills? Is that where all of these gems have been going? Our account isn't even high enough level yet that we actually have energy cap. We only have 120 energy cap. The cap is 130 once your account reaches a certain level. Okay, it's generally a good idea to spend gems on energy refills, don't get me wrong, but there are way high priority things that you got to spend your gems on first before ever thinking about spending your gems on energy refills on a new account, man. Gem mine, Guardian Ring, mastery scrolls for like one of your champs. And I believe we've also got the gems as well from farming up the 3 stars on all of the brutal difficulty campaign stage rewards track as well, as you can see. So we've been spending a lot of gems. I'd have to guess on energy potions. Needless to say, that is a oi kind of situation. It's also very tough to recover from. Like, being completely serious, like enough joking about this topic right now. It's kind of serious, man. This is my account. This would be a big worry for me, man, because yeah, you can get some gems and drips and drabs for a while in these Arbiter missions. You can actually get a lot of gems towards the end of the Arbiter missions rewards track. Problem is that you got to be. I mean, we got some good ones here that we can pick up as well, but God, we have a lot of stuff to catch up on, and I don't know if these gems are going to be enough. We're going to have to start clearing like stage 15, stage 20 dungeons eventually as well, to pick up the final gems towards the end of the Arbiter missions, and we've already squandered a lot of the early gems that we had on this account. That's tough to come back from, because we have to upgrade this gem mine. It's 1,500 gems that we've got to save up in order to do that fully. And so, hey man, the time has come. The time has come, okay? gonna offer all kinds of like some pointers and like an action plan of how to save this account. It's gonna take a few months to save this account. It's gonna take a while. It's gonna take some grinding now, Pep Joe. I know you're watching this video, man. But before we get to that, I'm gonna get to what I would do, being absolutely unfiltered honest, if this was my account inside of Raid Shadow Legends, and then I suddenly like snap my fingers and BAM! Like all of my in-game knowledge became what it is today, and I was looking at this account as if it was my own, and I had to make a decision on how to move forward in this game. I've done about 110, 120-ish account takeovers on this channel. I recommended an account restart once ever. This is going to be the second time I ever would actually recommend an account restart. Again, this is based on what I would do if this was my account. I would restart this account with a couple of golden rules in mind. One, and I swear to God, you don't have to use my beginner promo link to restart a new raid account. If you like somebody else's link rewards better, use somebody else's promo link instead, okay? There are a lot of Game Leap raid content creators that are here on YouTube. Use any one of their links that you like the look of the rewards of, but start a new raid account, or I would start a new raid account using a beginner promo link. I would use a beginner promo code, either Get Alice or Desert Queen, on day one of my new account, and I get that on ASAP while the Michelangelo chase is still a thing, so I get a triple legendary start and 3 free epic champions on the account. That's 6 badass champions very, very quickly that you want to take up to level 60. You can still then take up a War Maiden to 60, a Morag to 60 because she's free with the Plarium Points program. Kale I would still take up to 60. I'd still take Haikatoon up to 60. It's like 10 champions that are well worth taking up to 60 as quickly as possible on the account. And I would not pull a single shard on that account for at least the first 2 months, maybe the first 3 months, because you don't need to. You can have so many things that are worthwhile building, okay? Then when it comes time to pull shards, I'd only ever pull shards during a 2x event. I might even just save my shards to do a fusion. I wouldn't recommend that you do that, Pepcho, if you do decide to restart. It feels like you're still very much a beginner in the game, and I wouldn't want to expect you to do like a fusion once you've got like 4 or 5 sacred shards or something. A more experienced player can get a fusion done with those kinds of resources. I wouldn't expect you to do that. Pull your ancient shards after like 3 months during a 2x event for ancient shards. And you're just hoping for basically any legendary and as many good epic champions as you can possibly get your hands on. I would also rush the gems into upgrading the gem mine, then 800 gems into either like my Alice or my Kale to buy their masteries straight away, and then I'd start putting all my gems into the Guardian Ring. I wouldn't spend a single gem on an energy refill until my energy cap is at 130 and all of those other jobs are done. And we've already spoken about the kind of artifacts that we should be looking to keep our hands on, and again, a more like a advanced or intermediate like gearing guide that all beginner players should watch inside of Raid is going to be linked down below in the description box. That is what I would do. However, this account can be saved. This account can be saved, man. I take the Haikatoon up to 60, I take the Michelangelo up to 60, and I would take the Nalhorn up to 60 as he's an incredible, incredible wave controller and provoker. Most other things on this account I would not bother with that much. I keep the Renegade in the vault, keep her safe, and I consider building the Spirit Host up to 50. Like I've already touched on. I'd also finish booking up the Morag Bronze Lock if this was my account. I'd then get books into Haikatoon at least until she has the A2 booked. While I'm doing all of this, I would not pull a single shard for at least 3 months on this account. I wouldn't touch him. I'd build login champions, not including Yaga. Okay, like we're very, very close to getting login reward champion Yaga. Don't build him. Yaga is actually, genuinely, even on this account, a 4-star chicken. I wouldn't bother with this guy. He's simply not worth the epic skill tomes. Yeah, under no circumstances. Other things I will be doing during this time is, as best as I can, be farming dungeon tournaments. Anytime a dungeon tournament pops up, right, it might be the Shredder's Wrath tournament, which we can probably start farm like, I don't know, stage 12 or 13 or 14 or something of the Shredder's Wrath tournament on this account. Ice Golem tournament, same thing. Dragon tournaments, especially Dragon, is really good because it drops speed set artifacts, and speed set artifacts are very, very nice, especially if you've got speed substats on those artifact pieces. I'd be farming every dungeon tournament I can. I wouldn't be spending gems for energy refills, right? Just my daily energy, getting my dailies done, and just recouping resources on this account, gradually saving up gems to upgrade the gem mine, and farming those dungeon tournaments. Why? Because even if you just get some like the basic rewards and things like dungeon divers and dungeon tournaments like this, you're eventually going to start to stock up on things like skill books, gems, silver, but most importantly, you're going to start to save up on a decent amount of 5-star quality artifacts and higher, which is a massive problem on this account, right? We just don't have any gear to actually improve any of these builds, and so I just can't rebuild anything. We're just completely out of artifacts, which really sucks. The next champion I would take up to level 60, by the way, would not be Michelangelo, it would actually be Haikatoon, and I get Haikatoon as the fastest champion on the account. Any means necessary, okay? This Haikatoon has to be the fastest champion on the account. Our best speed boots, our best speed stats, she needs to go first in every single game. We'll be using Haikatoon as our team leader in basically every dungeon team, as well as in arena, because of her speed aura in all battles. It's very important that she's the team leader so that she activates that aura. And as we farm up all of that new 5-star gear to help improve the account, I'd be waiting for gear enhancement events to start inside of this game. I don't think there's any coming up anytime soon, actually, but roughly once a week there's a gear enhancement event inside of Raid, sometimes even more often than that, and that is the only time that you should ever be upgrading your artifacts inside of this game. Why? Because then you're spending your silver to upgrade artifacts, and you're just getting free stuff for doing so. You're just getting free legendary skill tomes and energy refills and gems every now and again, and all that good stuff. It makes no sense to be upgrading artifacts outside of a gear enhancement event. Start playing this account based on event. That's what you want to do. Once you've got your first 4 or 5 level 60 champions and your first like all level 60 champion team is built, that for me is when you want to start playing the game based on event and just start following the events inside of the game. Start hoarding your resources, and it's going to be a hell of an uphill struggle to get this account back on track, because we're talking about being mega patient here, Mr. Pepcho, saving up those gems to do what we've got to do with the gem mine, and start going back to do all of the things that we should have done in the first 2 or 3 weeks of the account. That's what I would do. It's always a bit sad when I do in a takeover video like, oh yeah, also never ever ascend 4-star quality pieces of gear like this. It's just not worth it. You're going to replace these 4-star quality artifacts way too quickly for ascending these gear pieces to make any sense at all. Yeah, it's always a bit sad when I do an account takeover and I physically can't do anything with the account, but at the same time, it's important that I do these takeovers because there's going to be plenty of guys out there just like Pepcho who need a video like this to either get their account back on track, and just give them a way forward with their account if they've kind of like bungled the opener just a little bit. Is there any tips that I missed that could help Mr. Pepcho out? What do you guys think, man? What do you guys think? It's the best I can do for an account like this, honestly. It's just an outpouring of advice like this. Some of it rather brutal, but there you go, man. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Hope you guys did enjoy this one, man. It was quite the trip. I think you'll agree. If you're looking to start off a new Raid account, man, get a fresh start inside of Raid, use the beginner promo link down below this video to get Basilius Randus as your free starter legendary, as well as all the other free stuff that you see on screen right now. Thanks for stopping by, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.